need to stop. Cheating ain't no damn illusion. I'm trying to sit up here, man. I'm thinking to myself, like, what the hell happened to this woman? Like, what man went out there and hurt her ass that made her sit up here and say that cheating is an illusion? What was the mental games? What was the psychosis? Like what was all that stuff that he played against you that made you start thinking that cheating is just an illusion? It's not real. For something to be an illusion, that means I perceive it. And 9 times out of 10, the things that people perceive is not real. You got to be careful with these people, man, with these ideologies and these different doctrines and these religions that these people are in, man, because it has these people believing that everybody else is the problem but themselves. They never take into account that they are their own worst enemy, that they are the fucking problem. You have to be careful with that stuff. And you have to watch this stuff, man. Cheating is an illusion. I want you to sit up here and I want you to go and I want you to tell a married man that just walked in on his wife, getting her back blowed out, and tell him that's just an illusion. I want you to stop a woman in her tracks with all rage and fury, or she's about to break down and have a mental breakdown because she done just walked into the bedroom and call her husband mid-stroke and tell her it's just an illusion. It's not real. I want you to do that. Because in order for something to be not real, that means that either you or that person you're not holding accountable. But accordingly to this video, I'm sure you're not holding yourself as accountable to the reason why that person probably done went out there and cheated on you. Because you got to remember, it takes 2 to tango in a relationship. So yeah, that man that probably went out there and cheated. That woman that went out there and cheated. But also, you didn't also played a factor into them actually going ahead and deciding, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and do that to relieve myself of the pain of the agony that I'm experiencing in this relationship with this person or whatever is going on in my mind. Let me go out there and let me get a release real quick. You got to be kidding me. Some of the dumb shit that's on the internet. And people are actually out here believing this stuff that cheating is just an illusion. It's not no illusion. That's the reason why both men and women get effed up today in the world. When you go out there and you start messing with another man's possession, you start messing with another man's prize, you start messing with another woman's things, you start tampering with stuff. It's not no illusion. That stuff is real. You got people that's walking around out here mentally fractured because some woman that did this man in so bad in a relationship to the point where every other woman that he gets with, anything that she does, any little thing, it reminds him of her. You got women the opposite the same way. Anything that man says, thinks, feels, or does, just a little small facial expression on his face will remind her of the previous men before her, off of the bad decisions, obviously, that she has made in her life, getting with those men. But at the same time, too, because cheating, man, is not just no thing of nothing physical, it's mental, too. Because that destroys the very fabric of your relationship. You not only dishonor the relationship, but you don't value yourself and you don't value that person. You show that person that, you know what, you gave your loyalty and your trust to the wrong thing. Don't trust me and don't trust me and don't show me no loyalty because I'm not going to be loyal towards you. I'm not going to be faithful to you. I'm not going to honor you. I'm not going to see any benefit in just doing that with you instead of going out there doing it and giving it to everybody else and experiencing that thing that I'm supposed to have with you with somebody else. So cheating is not no illusion, sis. Cheating is actually real and it exists. But we're going to get into this video and see what else that she has to say.
Opinion, but this piece of wisdom going to set you free right here. Realizing that no one can cheat on you. It's about understanding that you have no possession over nobody. Nobody belongs to you. And once you realize this will simply set you free. We as humans be choosing bondage. We be choosing slavery.
I really agree with her on one thing, though. That as people, we are borrowed to each other. We are on borrowed time with each other. We need to stop hoarding people, acting like we're going to be there all day, every day. Life is very fickle. We can be here today and gone tonight. That's the way life is. So we do have to treasure one another, value each other, take care of each other, build each other up instead of always tearing each other down. We have to take into into mind that this person is in my life. They can be of some help. They can be of some value. This person is not just something that's there. So we do have to be mindful that we are not, we aren't just given to each other. We are borrowed. So I do agree with her on that one.
because we don't realize that we have a choice of our own freedom and our own awareness of realizing that, dang, man, nobody belongs to me. So let me set them free. But a lot of people don't.
And something else that she said earlier on in the video too. In order for nobody to cheat on you as well, because I'm not just gonna let that shit slide. In order for somebody not to cheat on you, you need to be isolated. You need to be like Tom Hanks on Castaway. It just needs to be you and a volleyball with, with some face paint on it. That's the only way that nobody can cheat on you. That's the only way that you can protect yourself and you can't get hurt. You would have to be by yourself on a deserted island. That's the only way that nobody can cheat on you. But even then, that's not an illusion because you by yourself.
I want to hear this. I know, man. This is when you got to stop taking things so personal. Stop feeling like you have ownership and control over somebody else's well-being and someone else's life decisions. If they want to do what they want to do, it has nothing to do with you.
I really agree with that you can't control somebody else's life, personal decisions and things like that. But here's one thing, sis, that you have to understand, and everybody else listening to this video. If we in a relationship together, I do have some say so, because the thoughts, the actions, and the things that you do, it affects this relationship. I can't just get up and I can't just move in my own free will and not take into account that I have a wife. Or if you're a woman, that you have a husband. You have to run that stuff by that person, because not only are you going to be affected, they're also too are going to have to also pay for the consequences of your actions as well. You can't just be in a relationship where it requires two people and have an individual mindset. You can't. It's two people coming together to make one. It's not two people in a relationship that's supposed to be together as one, but still two individual people. That means that you two ain't meant for each other and you two don't need to be with each other. And also, you two ain't ready to actually handle that relationship then. That means that there's two kids that's playing in a big people playground. That's what that is. You got to take into an account. We in a relationship. I do have a say so. I do have a say so with my wife to tell her, the way that you acting, the way that you thinking, what you just said out your mouth, that's very disrespectful. And that's a frown down on a relationship, because as a woman, you represent me. You represent this relationship. You represent me. And by you thinking, dressing, acting, and feeling a certain way, by you just going out there doing whatever the hell that you want to do, you're dishonoring this relationship. So therefore, you're bringing shame to me. Everybody else is going to look at me and say, wow, that brother do not know how to run his household, because look at his wife. His wife is going out there doing whatever the hell that she wants to do. And so as the woman, so shall the daughter be, as well as also your children is going to follow as well too. Because if the woman goes out there and does whatever the hell she wants to do, and they see that the man doesn't have rulership over his household, his own wife is not in order, they're going to take into account the children ain't going to be in order. And then therefore, how can you take that brother serious? The same thing with that man. That man running around out there doing whatever he wants to do. You can't trust that brother. You can't take that brother serious. That means that his sin, his wickedness, everything that he's struggling with and battling with, it rules him. That dominates him. That rules him. So no, when you get into a relationship, I do have a say so. And if you don't like it, get the hell on. Go somewhere else where you can be free. I think that's called being a hoe. But let's keep listening.
They did not cheat on you. They cheated on themselves. They have no loyalty to themselves.
They did cheat on me as well. They didn't just cheat on themselves. This is a unit. We a team. We both at the end of this, we try to reach for that trophy together. We practicing together with that goal for that trophy. If you showing me that we're in a relationship, I'm battling you, you battling me, and we battling the opposition together, then whose side are you on? You have to question that. Who the hell side are you on? So you just not cheating yourself. You also cheating me. You are taking this relationship and everything that we built for granted. And in order for you to sit up here and say stuff like that, that means that you yourself is giving way to that person for them not to take full responsibility for their actions, or rather should I say you not take full responsibilities for your actions, because also you are also held to some form of responsibility for that will, and also accountability, because if you know that that person is going through these things, you could speak up and you can try to stop them in their tracks, but instead you sit up here and you're watching them still go through it, and then you're trying to detach yourself from the situation. You can't do that when you're in a relationship. You two are as one. You two both will represent the relationship. Anything that you two say, think, feel, and or do can affect the relationship and everything else that spawns from the relationship. Children, business, whatnot, what have you. Just by seeing how you two function and run the relationship, that would turn off a lot of other people from you. So you can't say something like that. That's just setting yourself up and everybody else to not hold themselves accountability. That sounds like the very same dumbass shit that I hear on the internet of black men don't cheat. We all cheat. We all do that stuff. We all have fallen short. We all have done dumb shit. You can't say things like this and not held and not be held to accountability or some form of responsibility or liability for this. That's a wrong thought pattern, sis.
Stop making everything about you. This is them, this is their character, and they just exposed it to you. You can either deal with it, cry about it, pout about it, or move on with it. It's up to you.
Now, I will say that too. You can't make everything about yourself. You can't take everything as a threat that that person is doing everything to hurt you. But at the same time, too, it is hard to differentiate between that when you are actually in a relationship. Because once again, everything that that person does is not just for them. It's for me as well. It's for me as well. That also frowns down upon me. That makes me look bad. I'm reminded of a scripture that I used to be reminded of as a child. How can two walk together unless they be in agreement? So if that person does it, then that makes it seem like I'm out there doing it. Or if I'm not out there doing it, that makes it seem like I'm okay with it. So at the same time, I can't take everything. Yes, I can't take everything to heart. I can't be too emotional about it. Because, yeah, they did go out there. They made that decision to mess themselves up. But at the same time, too, I love and I care about that person and I value them as well. And I wish that they hadn't have done something dumb like that. Or more so, moving forward, you got to stop it. You got to better yourself. I do also get caught in the crossfire as well. Because if they go down, I'm going down with them. I'm sinking with them because they done just brought me down in the relationship too. That's why when people leave a relationship, it takes some time to heal and build from it because you done invested yourself in it. So in order for you to not have some emotional attachment to their decision and who they are, that means you was never even in the marriage then. You was never even in a relationship. You was there doing something just as wicked as they were. So you just as much as fault as they are. But anyway, this is the end of the video. Post your comments down below and let me know, do you agree with this, sister? Do you think cheating is an illusion or is it delusion? Tell me what you think in the comments down below. And like always, subscribe, like, share, and comment on this channel. And I'll see you next video. Peace.